Liv Morgan is going full-on thirsty for some dom-dom juice, and Finn Balor is busy being a blocker. Forbidden doors are busted open. TNA Knockouts Champion Jordan Grace challenges NXT Women's Champion Roxanne Perez. NJPW Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Becker challenges TBS Champion Mercedes Moné. And it's Scottish wrestlers' time to shine as Piper Niven, Alba Fire, and Isla Dawn are coming for the champions. Welcome to Ring the Bell. This is DS and this is your Women's Wrestling Weekly. By the time this video is up, I'll be in Korea. I have some personal business to attend to, but pro wrestling is not letting me take a break. I usually take a break when I'm home, but like, what the heck is going on? I thought this was off season after Mania, and we just got out of 2 big pay-per-views, but wrestling has no chills right now. 2 blockbuster Forbidden Door matches announced. Let's get right into it. So on SmackDown, we saw the crowning moment of Queen Nia Jax. She walked down with her Hall of Fame dress that both Kimura and I loved, and she made it into a bodysuit. And I love how the crowd just love hating her, chanting "You suck" the moment she puts the crown on. And as the winner of the Queen of the Ring tournament gets the guaranteed championship match at SummerSlam, she requests Bayley's presence. And poor Bayley, I thought when Queen of the Ring tournament is over, she will finally get her spotlight as the WWE Women's Champion. But as she's walking in, Piper Niven jumps her and squashes her with crossbody. And Chelsea Green tells Nia to not worry about Bayley because Piper will be champion by SummerSlam. Not very likely. Then Nia just walks out saying she will annihilate whoever is a champion. I love Nia. She's walking, she's feeling herself, she's feeling her oats, and seeing her best friend get jumped and squashed, Naomi interrupts Blair Davenport and Nick Aldis' conversation and asks for a tag match against Piper and Chelsea, and Blair gets super offended by this and storms out of the office saying Naomi will know exactly who she is. Oh, is she gonna start her serial injuring spree in the parking lot? Be aware, ladies! By the way, I love how she also revealed that she was a Total Diva stan, and this tag match was pretty standard tag match, but also these damn Americans really are slow to learn the glow chant. Just put your freaking hand up and chant glow. It's that easy. French people got it instantly. At the end, Naomi hits Chelsea with the rear view, but Piper squashes Naomi with the backsplash, letting Chelsea pick up the win. Wah wah, Naomi's back to getting pinned. I am happy though that Piper and Chelsea are getting this spotlight heading into Clash at the Castle, and Piper versus Bayley for the WWE Women's Championship is confirmed for the event. I think that match will be fire, but this match was fine.
Good, not bad.
Outside of those, we saw some backstage interactions between Nia and Mitchin as Nia interrupts Mitchin's interview about AJ Styles, and Indy Hartwell confronts Bianca and Jade about injuring Candice LeRae. Not sure if this is real injury or not, but that freaking sucks. So next week we'll get Jade Cargill versus Indy Hartwell. That's gonna be an interesting match. The summertime is officially here and it's Pride Month. Prime time to meet the boys, but the worst feeling you can get is like, do I smell right now? And that's why this episode is brought to you by Dossier, making sure you and I smell great all the time. I mean, you know I love some Dossier. You already know the whole story of Ricky Stark smelling me during Mania weekend, loving my Le Labo scent. In reality, it was Dossier. So that alone should tell you how great Dossier is. But my summertime pick is Back to Spicy Vetiver, inspired by Hermes Hermes. It's my favorite. It's masculine, aromatic, green, slightly smoky with sparkling freshness of grapefruit and pepper. I think it's just perfect for summer. Outside of getting noticed by hot guys like Ricky Starks, I love that I don't need to break my bank getting these designer clones because Dossier is all about yes to smelling good, no to overpaying, and I guess getting noticed by hot men like Ricky Starks. Dossier is all about clean, ethically sourced, long-lasting, high-end perfume within reach. So if you're curious about stepping into a new way of consuming perfumes and smelling great, Dossier is here for you. So make sure to use code 10RingTheBell for a discount just for Ring the Bell fam at dossier.co. Hey guys, I'm in Korea at my parents' place. I just got my little K-pop swoop hair done, but I just watched Raw. There's so much to talk about. Let's get right into it. So let's obviously start with the whole Liv Morgan and Dom situation because things are getting wild. So following last week's Raw where the Jezebel forcibly kissing Dom, this week Women's World Champion Liv Morgan opens Raw in sexy bright red lips and welcomes everyone to Liv Morgan Revenge Tour. And here Liv boasts about taking out Rhea Ripley and retiring Becky Lynch and says cherry on top was kissing Dom, wrecking of all the views on social media, all the views. Dom then comes out to just like flood of booze, tells Liv the mommy will come kill her. Liv then hits back, mommy will probably kill Dom too, but she's gonna make it all worth it. Then Liv goes to corner Dom, gets all and tells she's gonna take everything away from mommy, including Dom, and that eyes that she was giving Dom made Dom and me really uncomfortable. Then Finn Bella rushes in like a boink jail dog meme screaming enough. Then we see Liv rubbing Dom's head with Dom smiling. Then later in the show, Liv returns, still all really into Dom. She saves Dom from stopping Braun from attacking him. Then she's back to giving that old look again, with Finn returning to boink horny jail. The way Liv was looking up and down at Dom. Oh my god. I am screaming because, with all respect, it's been a while since we've seen the champion hoeing around. Like, we're gonna see a Ripley return to knock Liv down and write slut with the red paint spray. This angle is like high-key cringe, how Liv is pushing real hard to be sexy to Dom and Dom's like very uncomfortable. Then Finn Bella just being a blocker. This whole dynamic is so funny to me. But also, what makes this even funnier is how like this isn't our usual femme fatale like Trish Stratus, Sable, or Candice that's like so naturally like sex pot about everything. There's something really awkward and not that natural about the way that Liv is almost forcing onto Dom, which makes everything even more hilarious. So I freaking love how much of a mess this is. I can't wait to see how this all goes down. Then we got the tag champions Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair looking so cute and neon, and Jade with that bonbon coming to Raw to accept Shayna and Zoe the number one contenders challenge. And during Jade and Bianca's segment, Zoe and Shayna come out and they're like, oh, I thought you guys were duck and dodging us. And Bianca was like, ain't nobody scared of you, and grant them the match right away. And the match was like basically Jade and Bianca running through Shayna and Zoe, at least for the first half of the match. And they're like so strong that some of the moves that should not look that easy look real easy. It's kind of like crazy. And at the end, Zoe tries to steal a win when Bianca was distracted from Shayna pushing Jade into stairs, but she is the EST and she does not get distracted and hits KOD on Zoe, only for Team Up Alba and Isla to return from a catering world to beat down on the champions with the help of Shayna and Zoe. And we end with the face-off between the two teams of contenders. And backstage, talking to an interviewer, Alba and Isla say Clash at the Castle in Scotland needs them because they're Scottish wrestlers, which I'm like, that's the fact. Y'all need to be there. So with Piper, I see definitely Isla and Alba challenging for the title, and I have no problem with that because it's about time that Alba and Isla get some TV time. The only thing is that Bianca and Jade are almost like too powerful, too strong, that none of the people that went against them, like Indy, Candice, Damage Control, or even Shayna and Zoe in this match, really had hard time looking good against them. So fingers crossed that Alba and Isla will get to shine a bit more. But I enjoyed this match on a whole angle. I'm satisfied. Then we got Kiana James, who became Adam Pearce's protege, debut match against Natalya on Raw. In the interview right before the match started, she revealed that she personally asked for this match against a boat, and she looked really great coming in here with the helicopter entrance, the updated bag, which I do admit that I love. But the match was pretty quick. I don't think Kiana got to show that much, just enough to show that she can hang there with Natty. And at the end, she blocks Natalya's sharpshooter and hits 401k out of nowhere to defeat Natalya, picking up a huge win. I'll say it was a fine debut match. I wasn't like gagged about it.
Good, not bad.
And backstage, we see Natalya all frustrated at this loss, quoting Owen Hart, "Enough is enough, it's time for a change," as Sonya, who was trying to console her. So I'm really excited to see what kind of change Natalya can show. I'm sure it's not a change to red hair again. Sonya then goes to check on Shayna and Zoe, who are like not having Sonya at all. They're like, whatever you're selling, we're not buying. Sonya then continues to give them like unwarranted advices, like the more respect you demand, less you get. Then Shayna goes like, leave us alone. Now that Shayna and Zoe lost to Bianca and Jade, I wonder if they'd be more interested in what Sonya is trying to sell a little bit more, because let's be honest, I do think the team of these three will be very great. And lastly, Lyra Valkyria was interviewed about Becky's loss last week, because one of the Lyra's biggest character in WWE is that she is Becky Lynch's best friend. Lyra said that even without Becky, she can stand on her own and she'll win Money in the Bank, only for super angry Io dressed up like classic Io Shirai look to assault her for defeating her previously at the Queen of the Ring tournament. And Io here is a total mad woman, screaming, throwing stuff everywhere. I freaking love it. I'm also really intrigued about her relationship with Damage Control going forward, because it seems like she's clearly very disappointed at how they are not controlling any damage at all. WWE NXT was crazy. So we first start with General Manager Ava introducing Sexy Red, the Pound Town Pink Red, wait, not red, brown, brown, Sexy Red, to unveil the NXT Women's North American Championship and announce that she will be hosting NXT Battleground. This is so random, but I personally think that this is all butterfly effect from Ariane Andrew, aka Cameron, calling her wrestling promotion Pound Town Wrestling. That started all of this, so thank you, Cameron. Anyway, then Tatum Paxley comes in the ring trying to get the taste of the newly unveiled title, only for Mitchin to come beat her down, transitioning into their qualifier match. And this match was fun. I love how this is crazy versus as crazy as Michin means crazy in Korean. And seeing that crazy face off during this match, I'm like, why do we have poor Candice LeRae and Kairi doing heel work when Michin will portray crazy badass bitch like none other? Turn her heel already so she can fully embrace her Michin-yun era. Anyway, Michin qualifies here with the Eat Defeat, pinning Tatum. This was a fun match, satisfied. Another qualifying match was Ren Sinclair versus Kalani Jordan. I don't know if Ren saw that her gear went pretty far up on our worst gear tournament with Kimura Hall. She changed it, and I kind of dig it a lot. Loved her big face buster here too, but this was clearly for Kalani to win, and Kalani picks up a win with the split-legged moonsault. And by the way, newly heel Fallon Henley was here in the commentary. I still don't really feel her heel persona yet. I feel like she's got up a little bit. Like, she got to show, unleash it a little bit. The match was fun, satisfying. And we got Ariana Grace versus Lola Vice after Ariana backstage tried to stop her from going against Shayna Baszler in another underground match. And Lola's like, I'll show you how dangerous I am, challenging her for a match. And Ariana's like, oh shit, which was censored, which was so cute. And obviously Lola picks up a pretty easy win with a spinning back fist, but I was living for Ariana's gear. And post-match, Lola calls Shayna a bitch, with Shayna coming out for a brawl, but they are pulled apart by security. Honestly, there's no way Shayna is losing here. She literally defeated Ronda Rousey in that SummerSlam MMA match. There's no way. But anyways, this match was fun. I'm satisfied. But really, the gag of the century, the gag of this episode was Roxanne Perez, the NXT Women's Champion, coming out here talking about how she is a true NXT Women's Champion. She does not use this as a stepping stone to go to Raw or SmackDown, blah, blah, blah. Actually, just before the draft, you were like, you will leave NXT Championship behind when you get drafted anyway, so I don't know where this is coming from. Then Ava, the general manager, comes out to announce her battleground opponent, the surprise opponent, and it is none other than frickin' TNA Knockouts Champion Jordynne Grace. Like, what? The Rumble appearance was one thing, but to have a full-on program with the NXT Women's Champion here, this is too much, too good. I love it. And for you guys who don't watch TNA, you guys are in for a treat, because Jordynne Grace is literally one of my favorite performers right now. And you know, I don't just say that to look cool or like, oh, I have a wrestling taste, I have a high taste. No, I like what I like. She is damn entertaining. Jordynne Grace is seriously so good. You will love her. And this match will slap. And backstage, we saw Stevie Turner reacting to this segment, saying that who the hell is Jordynne Grace? Like, what has she done to earn that championship match? With Jordynne Grace telling her, walking in to say, I'll show you who I am. So we're getting Jordynne Grace singles match next week. Oh, it's gonna be so good. WWE is feeding us so well right now. They said, we're serving you mainstream with Sexy Red, and then we're serving you hardcore wrestling fans with Jordynne Grace. So best of both worlds. Moving to AEW, we have the CEO Mercedes Moné TBS Championship celebration here. It seems like Moné is back being babyface, although I can hear some fans booing loudly, probably upset about Willow losing the title. But Mercedes here is happy. She's a champion. She's babyface, so she wishes Willow to kick Statlander's ass when she comes back. And as she starts talking about Forbidden Doors, Sky Blue interrupts her from the Titantron, revealing that she was in fact the one that attacked her, laying her on the floor moaning. Then she blindsides her from behind and lays her out with the rack attack. To be 100, no shade of Sky.
Let me keep it 100 with you.
I low-key wanted something bigger to come out from that revelation who attacked Mercedes. Not just a throwaway Dynamite match, but I guess it's better than a random match. I do appreciate that. So from that segment, we got Mercedes Moné versus Sky Blue for the TBS Championship. Love seeing Mercedes wrestle on Dynamite finally, and the chemistry between the two was so good. And the ending sequence was fantastic. As Sky Blue sets up her code blue, Mercedes smoothly transitions it into Moné Maker, which this time hits beautifully. And as Mercedes is celebrating her victory, NJPW Strong Women's Champion Stephanie Vaquer from CMLL, a Mexican wrestling promotion, shows up for a stare down. And just like that, this week, we got two Forbidden Door breaking champion versus champion match. Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, happy Pride. This is amazing. Stratisfying. Speaking of Mercedes, by the way, I'm wearing my Pokemon Sprite-inspired 4 Horsewomen Want to Battle shirt. This has been super popular since we first had it on our shop, and we finally got an updated version of this. I'm currently waiting for mine. I'm so excited to wear it. You can check it down below on the shop. On Dynamite, we also heard briefly from Chris Statlander backstage, and Stokely being paired with her was just a genius idea, because Stokely gags every time she speaks. He like shades the entire locker room. And for some reason, I don't know if it's Stat just being more comfortable as a heel or Stokely rubbing off of her. I mean, we do all remember Statlander years ago telling Layla Hirsch she understand why her birth parents gave her up. Yeah, that was so unwarrantedly heel. So here, she says she's sick of being everyone's protector, so now everyone will need to get protections. It's giving a bit of said. But really, she's talking about her, that she will be very dangerous, so people need protection.
You're all gonna need protection.
It could have been worded better, I think. On Rampage, we had Toni Storm versus Viva Van. I love me some Viva, don't get me wrong. She's killing it in the West Coast and first ever Vietnamese American wrestler to wrestle in major wrestling promotion on TV. That said, you know how I feel about these AEW women versus local competitor matches. They do this so freaking often. I did really enjoy the moment of Toni just punishing Viva with her ass, and at the end, Champion defeats Viva with her usual hip attack and Storm Zero combo. Post-match, she just aggressively embraces Mariah May. This was a fun match, I'll say, satisfied. On Collision, random match alert, Thunder Rosa versus Reina Dorado. Even though Reina got this whole entrance and everything, so props to her for that. But it was a really quick match, 3-minute match, where she hits Dominator, followed by this like money clip submission for the win. It was pretty quick. And post-match, she cuts a promo towards Deonna Purrazzo saying that she is gonna come get her. This match was fine for me.
Good, not bad.
Also, there's another backstage promo from Stokely and Chris Statlander. Chris Statlander, again, was really good in her heel persona, and they are like, oh, we're just so sorry to Willow. We have this apology letter here. Oh, actually, this is just piece of garbage, and you are they're trying to cook something. It was cute. And Chris says she will start destroying everyone that gets in her way, taking out the trash. Oh, and outside of AEW, we just got confirmed from a Stardom show, I believe, that Toni Storm is officially challenging Mina Shirakawa for the Forbidden Doors match. So you know it's going to be so good with Mariah in the middle being all lesbianic. It's going to be a lesbian three-way jealousy whole situation. It's going to serve Pride Month right. I'm so excited for it. Let's breeze through ROH. We got Athena defeating Viva Van with right hand in less than 4 minutes. Red Velvet defeating Key in 2 minutes. And after that match, Billy Starks run into Jump Velvet while Athena's music was playing to distract her. So I think that's our Death Before Dishonor angle for the ROH Women's TV Championship. But the highlight of this ROH episode for me was this Marina Shafir interview, and I love how regardless of what people say about her problem promo, she will stick to the whole problem promo. So here, she's dressed up kind of like Eve Torres as GM's assistant, and she asks interviewer to ask her why she's the problem, and she goes on this whole tirade about how she's the problem. At the end, she asks what happens when you don't take care of the problem. It gets worse. So I'm guessing she is gonna get worse. Yeah, I mean, I love how dedicated she is to this problem rhetoric, very poetic. She's pushing through this. Let's see how worse she gets next week. Moving to TNA, we got Zaya Brookside versus Steph Lander. Halfway through the match, SDL gets really annoyed and tries to pull out a steel chair from under the ring, and TNA's resident Frankenstein, PCO, gets pulled out with the chair, and using this distraction, Zaya rolls SDL up for the win. And post-match, Steph is like all mad and annoyed at PCO for distracting her, but PCO stops her and pulls out a love letter from his pocket, with Stephanie accepting it. So I don't know, I do like the idea of SDL being like a total Jezebel using PCO's love for her own good. I do love to see that. Or maybe it'll be more of a pure love story. I don't know. But for now, I'll say I'm satisfied. Then we see legendary Gail Kim interview Giselle Shaw about why she took a hiatus. She says she was physically and mentally hurt from losing to Jordan Grace after cashing in her Ultimate X opportunity. Gail then tells Giselle to have something to fight for, and she needs something more than just being a quintessential diva. This is TNA, so she's going to be a quintessential knockout now. Just kidding. I do not think that's the direction they're going for. I don't know. I personally do love her quintessential diva character, but I wonder if this is like her babyface turn. Will she come back this Pride Month as like the transgender warrior or something? But she actually is like a really positive and like empowering figure, so maybe TNA wants to like show that side of Giselle more. I don't know, but I'm very intrigued. All right, that is it for this week's Women's Wrestling Weekly. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll try to watch as much as wrestling as much as possible in Korea. Again, I usually take a break. I really get to see my family just like once or twice a year, but if WWE and AEW gag me like again, maybe it will warrant a review. So we'll see. But if you want to follow what I'm up to in Korea, you can follow me at DSN on Instagram and ring the bell DS on Twitter, and I'll see you next time. Bye!